The images of people being rescued off the roof of Building 197 are some of the most memorable pictures that we saw yesterday.
And there it is. Now we are meeting the team responsible for those rescues. Chris Van Cleve live from the Navy Yard with their story. Chris, what are they saying tonight?
Well, guys, this was not an easy mission. Low altitude, maneuvering between buildings, not to mention the danger that crew may have been facing, and it very well may have been the difference between life and death.
We were clearly in what might be described as a hot zone.
Lowering a literal lifeline, Eagle 1 hovers over Navy Yard Building 197. The U.S. Park Police crew on board left vulnerable to the active shooter situation going on below, but they'd spotted 4 people on the roof trying to get away from the gunman who'd killed 12 people. Among them, this woman, shot in the shoulder. How critical was it, do you think, that she be airlifted off that building and flown to the hospital?
I think it saved her life. We felt that she was going to bleed to death if she was left on the roof there.
Sergeant David Tolson was the paramedic operating the chopper's hoist. He first lowered a SWAT officer onto the roof.
He, along with the civilian personnel on the roof, loaded the wounded woman into our rescue basket. We hoisted that basket up to the side of the aircraft and then flew her directly to the MedStar unit of Washington Hospital Center.
Talk to me about that moment when you got this wounded woman to safety.
Well, it's a work in progress. You're not in safety until we got to the hospital, and I'm going to be okay.
Pilot Ken Burchell then flew back to Building 197. There were still 3 people trapped on the roof with the shooter in the building below.
We needed to get those people out of there, and so one by one we went back and picked each one up.
Now, also on board that helicopter was a Park Police officer with an M16. He was there to engage the suspect if necessary and defend the aircraft. We should tell you this crew gives all of the credit to the people on that rooftop, the SWAT officers and the 3 people who rendered first aid to the wounded woman before they arrived. We're live at the Navy Yard tonight. Chris Van Cleve, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Chris.